When you talk about faith, you have to really define what that means biblically, because there's a lot of people, if you ask them, are you a person of faith? They will say, oh yes, I'm a person of faith. I'm not an atheist. I believe in a God somewhere out there. I don't really buy into the Bible stuff, but I believe there is a God. I do believe that. I don't think that it matters how you get to Him. A lot of times people will say they have abstract faith, a faith that it really, it has no definition, it has no manifestation. It's just He's out there. They call Him the man upstairs. Let's not limit Him to Jesus, and let's not limit Him to, there are many gods potentially, and however you worship, you get to the real God through any religion or vehicle that you try to take. And they believe in a faith. They believe in something out there somewhere. Like spiritualists, people who use New Age crystals and things, burn incense to statues, and they believe in a God out there. Like psychics, they have abstract faith. They believe there is a spirit being that comes and empowers them to tell the fortune. Yeah, there's a spirit being, all right. And tarot cards and fortune tellers and all of that, that's a faith. They believe not in the God of the Bible, nor are they being led or given their directions by the God of the Bible, but they believe there is some spirit out there. And so that's an abstract faith. And then there's one that's a little bit closer to where it needs to be, and that's like a structured faith. By that I mean a ceremonial faith. They believe because they were raised in church. So they believe in the church. They believe in the ceremonies of the church. They're not anti-Christ. They're not anti-virgin birth. They come at Christmas. They come at Easter. They come every once in a while. It's a ceremonial. It's more about the ceremony. They want a Christian wedding. When I get married, I want a Christian wedding, they'd say. And when I get children, I want a Christian dedication. I want to dedicate the babies to Jesus. And that, they mean that. They mean that. But it's not something really that they have, that they nurture, that they feed in their own life. It's what Mama and them raised them in. It's what the church, we went to the Baptist church or the Catholic church or the Methodist church or the Pentecostal church, and that's how I was raised. And I believe in that stuff. Ceremonial faith. It's like water baptism. You can get in the baptism tank and you can be a dry sinner and go down a dry center and come up a wet center. The water is just water. It's not going to change anything unless there is real faith in you, not the church's faith, not ceremony faith, not abstract faith. And then there's transferable faith. That's what we get to in my text, because he says, Timothy, the faith that I see in you that is sincere, that is very real, it's in you. He said, I saw it first in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I'm persuaded it's in you. Somewhere your grandmother got it and she transferred it because it was personal, because the only kind of faith that is transferable is personal. You can't have a distant relationship with God and transfer it to your children. You cannot have a lukewarm relationship with Jesus and pass red hot fire passion for Jesus to your children. The only faith, according to this text, that can be transferred is faith that is personal first with grandma. And when grandma gets it, then Daughter can't go off grandma. Daughter has to get her own personal faith, and then she passes what she is. She has a praise life. She doesn't go to church and sit around. She has a praise life, and it gets transferred, and the children have a praise life. She has a prayer life. The children have a prayer life. She has a consecration and standards and lives this thing and reads her Bible and loves God and loves people, and it's transferred. Only can you transfer not what you profess, not what you believe the church is right and what they believe. You can't pass any of that on to your children or your children's children. That's why we're fasting, because we're saying, I need a personal faith that is transferable, not just to me, but to people all around me. This really weighed on me as a pastor and a preacher. I can only transfer to you what I am. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you can get notifications on new posts and live streams. Be sure to share this video with a friend. You never know how you can send the Word of God right when somebody needs to hear it. And you can use your social influence for good, for the glory of God. Thanks again. Share it with a friend. And I really appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.